Have you ever caught yourself with a strange feeling that life is happening somewhere nearby, but not quite to you? You wake up, drink your coffee, go to work, reply to messages. But inside, there's a quiet, barely audible whisper. Is this really me? Or am I just playing a part in a script written by someone else? Most of us live in a state that ancient traditions and modern metaphysics call waking sleep. It's not the dream we see at night. It's the sleep of our reactions, our habits, and our perceptions. We are convinced that we're looking through a window, seeing the real world. In reality, our mind is a sophisticated sensor. It filters billions of bits of information, leaving us with only a narrow slit, the part that is safe and familiar. We don't see the world, we see a simplified map of it. We don't feel ourselves, we feel a set of definitions we were handed in childhood. A name, a profession, a status. But what if I told you that behind these filters lies something colossal? That everything you're used to calling I is just a ripple on the surface of a bottomless ocean? Today, we aren't going to talk about magic or esoteric miracles. We're going to talk about the mechanics of awakening, about how to stop being an antenna that only catches other people's interference, and how to finally reclaim the vast, hidden reality that has been waiting for you all along. Why does this sleep feel so heavy? The answer lies in a single word: boundaries. Think about it. Where do you end and the rest of the world begin? Most of us have drawn a very strict line right at the edge of our skin. We believe that everything inside this body is me, and everything outside is not me. But if you look closer, you'll see that this boundary is surprisingly fragile. Imagine you're driving a car. When someone bumps into your fender, you don't say they hit my car. You often say he hit me. In that moment, your sense of self expanded to include the cold steel of the machine. Now look at your thoughts. We say, I am angry or I am sad. We draw the boundary around the emotion, merging with it completely. We become the anger. We become the sadness. We fall asleep inside the storm of our own feelings. Ken Wilber, a leading voice in integral theory, suggests that the history of our soul is simply the history of where we decide to draw this line. Awakening is the process of shifting that boundary. It's moving from being the person caught in the storm to being the sky that holds the storm. When you realize that you're not your thoughts, but the space in which thoughts appear, the boundary begins to dissolve. You start to see that the wall between you and the world was never made of stone. It was made of habits. It was made of fear. And most importantly, it was made of a misunderstanding of your true nature. If we are more than just these physical bodies and limited thoughts, then why is it so hard to feel it? Think of your consciousness as an antenna. Every second, the universe is broadcasting a symphony of information, a signal of pure awareness. But for most of us, the signal is buried under layers of static. This static is composed of our social conditioning, our past traumas, and the constant noise of modern life. We spend our lives frantically trying to tune into happiness, success, or approval, not realizing that our antenna is simply pointed in the wrong direction. Your mind acts as a filter. We don't experience reality as it is. We experience reality as we are tuned. When you are tuned to fear, the world looks like a battlefield. When you are tuned to lack, the world looks empty. Awakening isn't about creating a new signal. It's about clearing the interference. It's the moment you stop trying to fix the radio and realize that you are the listener, perfectly capable of hearing the truth once the noise falls away. If awakening is so natural, why do we resist it? The truth is, our ego, the part of us that loves the waking sleep, is terrified of the silence. It thrives on the noise, the drama, and the boundaries we've built. It's comfortable in the small room we've called home. But there's an old story that perfectly captures our human condition. It's about a beggar who sat by the side of the road for 30 years, asking for spare change. One day, a stranger passed by. "What's that you're sitting on?" the stranger asked. "Nothing," the beggar replied. "Just an old box. I've been sitting on it for as long as I can remember." "Have you ever looked inside?" the stranger persisted. "No," said the beggar. "What's the point? It's empty." The stranger insisted he take a look. The beggar managed to pry open the lid, and to his utter disbelief, he found that the chest was filled with gold. For 30 years, he had lived in poverty, begging for pennies while sitting on a fortune. This is the essence of the journey we are discussing. We look for awakening in books, in gurus, or in distant future goals. We beg the world for a little bit of meaning, a little bit of peace. But the truth is, you are not the beggar. You are the gold. Awakening isn't about becoming something you are not. It's about realizing that the box you've been sitting on, your very existence, your pure awareness, is the only treasure you've ever needed. So, when this video ends, I invite you to do something simple. Don't run back to the noise. Just sit, breathe, and for one moment, stop being the antenna and start being the music.